Everybody's got the colors on, yellow and gold, jingle. We got bacon wrapped shrimp and delicious cheese grits. A sweet corn casserole that just won't quit. We got all kind of beer and plenty of whiskey. The flat screen and the girls are getting frisky. Just another game day down on the Gulf of Mexico. Everybody's got the colors on, yellow and gold, jingle. Saturday morning, he keep it on, great checking all the scores on our new iPhone. Fire in the smoker, it's almost just right. It's gonna be a great big party tonight.
Thing. Can you hear? Are we back? We are here. Testing. Are we really loud now?
I don't know. I'm waiting for it to kick in.
All right. So, how about now? All right.
All right. We're back in.
Yeah. So sorry about that, guys. I didn't realize I didn't connect my.
Yeah, Lee, we were sitting here talking about nothing.
All right. So, cut. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back in to Unrivaled Sports Live. I'm your host, Joey.
And I'm Major. Welcome back, guys.
And y'all missed a really good opening segment. Probably one of the best opening segments we've had.
Golly, we were doing good.
We were just, it was like nobody could hear us.
Yeah.
We were just talking away.
I guess we need people behind the scenes, telling us a little quicker than that. But it is what it is. But yeah, we talked about the Auburn game. We talked about Joey being in
Yeah, I was up
Kentucky?
I was in Columbia. I was in
Columbia,
South Carolina.
South Carolina.
We went to Williams-Brice and tailgated with a bunch of Carolina fans, and overall, just had a really good time. But I was talking about how different it was watching them watch the Missouri Boston College game, and how I was like, hey, there's like, I know this is probably one of y'all's most competitive rivals in the SEC East, but there's other games on right now. Like Auburn's losing. And so, but it was fun. It was a really good time, and the atmosphere was really good. I wish South Carolina could do a little bit more on offense. They need to incorporate a tight end or do something. They just couldn't move the ball against. They just need a little bit help on offense.
I've never been to another stadium except for Auburn up at Jordan-Hare. So,
yeah.
It just really doesn't get any better than that. So I don't think I need to go to another stadium.
I've never been to Jordan-Hare because I've got the COVID vaccine, but I don't have.
If you ever go, you'll probably become an Auburn fan.
Probably, I promise you that won't happen.
Yeah.
But good thing if I go, something worse than when Harvey Updike went will happen.
Hey man, don't be killing our trees now.
Rest in peace, Harvey.
Don't be killing our trees.
No, but yeah, it was a fun week of football. Clemson really just struggled offensively, and you're really starting to see how bad that offense is with DJ Ukulele.
The ukulele? Ukulele?
So,
yeah, I heard Feinbaum talking today about them, and Feinbaum thinks the old Dabo dynasty's over with.
And here's the thing: is like I know we're a much better, like our sports show is far supreme to Paul Feinbaum, but Feinbaum has really gotten to this old man. Like all he does is he just does it for ratings.
Yeah.
Like he's not really talking sports anymore. He's legit just trying to make these wild. Like last week he was talking about how Alabama was going to lose 3 games. And that could happen, but he was just doing it to get a rise out of people.
Yeah,
and that's what I kind of think he's doing with the Clemson conference.
Yeah, Alabama. Their first one's probably coming this weekend. I don't know how many more after that. Maybe Georgia, maybe Auburn.
Hey, it could happen. You know, Saban's pretty good.
Jeremy, no, I will never go to Title Town. I will never go to Title Town. But yes, we had some good games on the menu this past week. West Virginia almost beat Oklahoma and really should have. Like I told Joey while y'all couldn't hear us, it sucks to see such a young kid have a bad game, kicking the ball, missed a couple field goals. I think 3 field goals to be exact. Joey brought up something a while ago. Well, I'll wait till he gets back. But West Virginia really should have won that ball game and almost did, and just couldn't squeak out the one against Oklahoma. I wanted Oklahoma to go down. They're not looking very good, just like Clemson. So Texas A&M, Arkansas is looking really good. Me and Joey will talk more about that in just a few minutes as far as the Arky-Georgia game this weekend. Florida beat up on Tennessee pretty good. Notre Dame really put it on Wisconsin.
Sorry about that.
Which wasn't expected. Baylor beat out Iowa State.
I was really shocked on that game.
It was some good games this weekend. And last I think couple of weeks ago, we were trying to figure out who the teams were that were that are not like big time schools we were talking about. So one of them was Coastal Carolina, and they're ranked number 17. And man, they put a whooping on UMass this past week, 53-3. And I think the other one we were trying to think of, I think is Charlotte. I think Charlotte was the team last year that was right there with Coastal Carolina.
I think Charlotte was good. Yeah, I think you're right. But I don't think they weren't Coastal Carolina good.
No, they weren't, but they did get ranked.
Yeah.
Is what I couldn't remember, and I watched a little bit of them, and they look pretty good, but I don't think they could beat some of these bigger schools. But man, yeah, Auburn pulled it out late. I'm interested to see if old TJ Finley is going to start against LSU this week.
I'd go Biscuit that. I'd go Biscuit that it's Bo.
You think Bo's going to start? There's going to be a lot of unhappy Auburn fans if Bo walks out on that field.
And I don't know. Well, I mean, has Bo reached his peak? Do you think? Like, if Gus didn't do anything to develop him? Has Harsin? I mean, we kind of talked at that first game against Penn State. Oh, look, he stayed in the pocket and he did that, but.
Well, that's the thing. If you watch him when he gets to stay in the pocket and he doesn't have a lot of pressure on him, if he's got a clean pocket and he can sit there, he throws such a good ball.
Yeah.
But the minute he sees, anybody could, but and I mean, even when he's got, if he's got some pressure coming at him, he can get rid of the ball and look good. But anytime anybody's close to him, if he just feels like he's about to be hit, his ball is so off. And then watching TJ Finley stand back there the other day.
I mean, it was kind of. I know, and it was kind of like what do I got to lose? TJ Finley, he ain't got a care in the world. He's going out there to take him down the field and try to score, and he did. But I think if you are Bo Nix, that you remind that coaching staff why you've been the starter for 3 years.
Yeah.
This week in practice, you better. It doesn't matter. Don't forget you have a backup.
Yeah.
Go out there and you start, and you're like, this is my team, and you go through your reps just as you were going to do, and be the leader of that offense that you are, and you go out there and you show them who the starting quarterback is, because they can always make that adjustment.
Yeah.
But I mean, if I'm Bo Nix as a player, that's what I'm doing. Yeah, I'm going out there and I'm keeping my job.
He's definitely got to have a good week of practice, and Finley's going to be pushing him. I don't know. I've defended Bo for 3 years now, and everybody keeps telling me I'm crazy. But right now,
he's a Pinson boy. I could have told you that. I could have told you, but he did win 2 state championships. I just didn't like that his daddy played at all.
He did, but I'm kind of on the fence now, where I kind of want TJ Finley to be starting against LSU this week. I mean, that's going to be a hype game for him. So why not start him? I mean, going against his old team. Charlie said, why do they call it Jordan Hare? It's spelled Jordan. I think that may be a Southern thing. Like some people say Jordan.
I can honestly tell you the only people I've ever heard say the word Jordan are Auburn fans, and it's when they're talking about Jordan Hare.
Well, do you know how many people I hear? I'll say the guy's last name is Jordan,
it's Jordan,
like Rack that's part of our group, Rack Jordan.
He's Rack Jordan.
People would say Rack Jordan. I'm like, where is there an E in his name that is Jordan, like Michael Jordan? It's not Michael Jordan.
It's Michael Jordan. Yeah.
So I don't know. That's my only explanation on that, Charlie.
I guess that's just how his name. That's just how they pronounce his name.
Maybe back in the old.
It's like you hear people Robertson,
days.
Like Robertson, the last name Robertson. People got say Roberson.
Yeah, Roberson. Yeah.
I mean, it's
tomato, potato.
I think it's just I just like to poke
pecan,
fun at it,
pecan. That's all I'm saying.
It's not a pecan.
It's not a pecan. It's a pecan. Just for all you out there listening. It is a pecan.
Well, I saw. Since James is in here watching, our good old Penn State fan, and I think I got James in fantasy football this week. I'll have to check that out. But since he's in here, we have they had quite an interesting game. I was like, if this was a trap game for Penn State, it's Villanova, and they came out and handled business.
Yeah, they
And
did.
I work with a guy, that's a big Penn State fan, and he asked me earlier in the week before they played the games. He said, if you had to put a top four, who is it right now?" And I said, "Well, I guess I'd go Alabama, Georgia, Iowa, and Penn State." And he's like, "You can put Penn State in the top four?" And I was like, "Well, I mean,
Why not?
you know, y'all have 2 ranked wins." Now, granted, it was Wisconsin who's now been beat, and Auburn who hasn't looked great after the Penn State game, just one game. And I was like, I'll tell you, this week is definitely a trap game for Penn State, and they handled business. They did what they had to do. I definitely think they're probably the favorite out of the Big Ten now.
I think if maybe they had a bigger game coming up this week, which it is a big game this week, Penn State and Indiana.
Yeah.
I mean,
that could be a trap game.
That could be the trap game. You always try to see who they're playing the next week.
Yeah.
To see if they're kind of looking ahead. And I don't know who they play next week, but they do have Indiana this week. So that could be a trap game. That may be one to watch out for and put on the old upsell. You know what we got to do? We got to get us a little thing that flashes across and makes a little sound.
We need like a red light that goes off when we hit it.
Upset, yeah, we can push it. Goes
upset
off,
alert.
Upset alert. Upset alert. Upset alert.
I got some people watching our YouTube feed, and instead of using the chat, because that would feed into our normal chat, he's texting me. And he said, Emily, his girlfriend that I went and stayed with in Columbia, said it's pecan.
Pecan. And it's pecan? Well, that may be how they
She's
say
wrong.
it. Yeah, well, that may be how they say it where she's from. But
a pecan is what I left under the guest bedroom bed when I left.
Yeah.
Emily, it's not.
Yeah, I mean, a pecan is a can.
Well,
you pee
I couldn't make it to the restroom. I had to roll over and just.
Yeah, so check for that pecan under your bed there, Emily. Might be there.
Yeah. No, but yeah, and then Alabama. I obviously didn't watch the Alabama game because I was in. Actually, I had it on my phone. But huge shout out to Fubo TV for their live updates and television, which is a great subscription. Maybe you should sponsor us, Fubo. But
that's right.
Yeah, I mean Alabama. They came out and they did what they needed to do. They held the intensity for 4 quarters. It was Southern Miss. Defense played good. They had 2 touchdowns they gave. I really wish that would have been a shutout game, but it is what it is.
At least y'all took care of business like
we took care of business, and I don't think there was any looking ahead. I think rolling into this week is, they did what they needed to do. Jameson Williams had 3 touchdowns, 2 return kicks.
Special teams
were
really good.
Was one a punt? I don't think one was a punt. I think they had a punt that was returned for a touchdown and got called back due to a blocking the back penalty.
I know one of his was a kickoff return.
I think both were kickoffs because it was right after Kentucky scored the last touchdown, and then he went flying up the.
Could have been. I just saw the highlights coming in and saw him running up the field. I didn't hear what it was, but so here we are with us betting men again. Last week,
I've decided I'm going to quit betting on college football.
So who are you taking this week?
I'm taking Bama on the points. Taking Bama on the points and the over.
Oh my gosh!
And I'm sending the house on it. I mean, it's all or nothing. I think Bama will cover at home at 2:30 in our spot.
Well, you know what I'm going to hammer? The over.
Oh, I'd take the over all day.
I saw yesterday.
What did we talk? Did we talk about the over being over 90?
Yeah, it had to be, right? So it come out at 77 and a half.
Oh, you jump all over it.
Okay, I looked at it today. It was at 80.
Yeah.
What's that tell you?
I'm still going over.
I bet you when it come out at 77 and a half, like 98% of the bettors were betting over.
I'd say everybody went over. The one person that was at under was like, oh, maybe if we all just throw it on and the under, it'll come down a point, and then we jump on it then, I don't know. But
that's the only thing that's breaking that down. Yeah, that was.
I'll take the over.
We got some fresh lights.
Yeah,
we got some new lighting.
I've never looked at this. Oh, and they went away. We did have good lighting.
Did have good lighting.
But yeah, I would take. I'd take the over this week, and I kind of like where. and it's really hard for me to hate Kiffin. And I'm just like, this guy. He's gonna give us something. He's gonna give us something to put on that bulletin board, and he don't do it. He turns around and he shows nothing but respect. Then he bashes these other people. Like, oh, come on, like somebody called him a clown on PTI. I can't believe that show's still on. If Pardon the Interruption's still on network television, me and you are doing. We're gonna be fine. We are gonna be up there.
It
one
ain't
day.
gonna be long before we're gonna be real famous.
But they bash him, and he's just as great. He's just like, hey, he's Mr. Cool. He's chilled out. He's, and I expect Kiffin. But I mean, if he wasn't playing Alabama, he'd probably pop off. But he's just kind of kept it. He's like, I know what they do in that locker room, and I ain't giving them no billboard material.
He knows all these people that are like, we want Bama, then they end up getting beat 74-0 or something.
Yeah.
You don't do anything to piss them off.
No.
And I think he knows that, so he's just going to keep his mouth shut and let the work on the field do the talking. I don't know. I always say that running quarterbacks give Alabama trouble.
And they do.
And Matt Corral
Gave us trouble last year.
And he's probably one of the better ones in the country right now.
And he's probably going to give us trouble Saturday. And I think I was talking about this weekend, and they were asking, how I felt about the game coming up, and I was like, honestly, and I haven't changed. I'm all over the place.
Yeah.
It's either going to be. There's no way that they don't hit the under, or the over.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think that's possible. I can see this being a 52-48 win.
Yeah.
Either way.
I could too.
But then on the other hand, I could also see Bama coming out and just taking names.
Yeah.
And winning at 42-17.
Yeah, like
just completely shutting it down.
The defense
I don't know where to go.
Defense could be fired up and play like one hell of a ball game this week, and then just so you know, we cannot be sued for giving you any betting advice. We're just guys in the garage.
If there's anything that is proven in the last month and a half we've done this show, is do not listen to me.
Do not listen
when it comes to college.
Matter of fact, we're talking about the over.
Now,
you might want to take the under.
You take me on Pro Day on NFL Sunday. Hey, I'm talking about 4-1 Sunday. Last Sunday I was 5-0.
I wish I'd listened. I wish I'd have called you for this weekend.
I blew it last night.
I hit 3 college games on a 5-team parlay, and Kansas City.
The Chiefs, man, got to go Herbert there.
Well, I know I went to over 55 points. I was like, there's no way that game doesn't end up like 38-35 or something. And
I think I actually teased that game down and got the over in that one.
Well, at halftime,
I teased it, but I did take Herbert and the Chargers.
At halftime, I told my dad. I looked at the score and I kind of did some adding in my head, and I looked at it and I said, you know what? They're going to score this amount of points, whatever it was at halftime.
Yeah.
I said, they're going to end at 54, and I have it at 55. They scored 54 points this weekend.
Hey.
And them bookies.
And how do they know that?
Yeah, them bookies.
They know it.
Somebody got a phone call down on the sideline and said, hey, Mahomes, we need you to not to score more than like 3 points this first quarter.
Point.
Yeah. I don't know.
Well, Gulf Shores, moving on, we've talked a little bit of college. We'll come back to college because I know we'll end up running down the SEC and all that. And we need to tag a few people. I know Austin Carpenter, right? He's our number 1 fan and sponsor. I guess this would be a good time to do that. Well, I'm not ready for the pick 6 yet, or the pick 'em. I'm not ready for the pick 'em. We had a very big pick 'em. Actually, this week we've had a hard time growing the channel. Or the page on Facebook, and Facebook is. I know you've heard me gripe about this, but it literally keeps me up at night. Facebook has changed the way they're doing pages now, and so when you I've sent out 600 invites, and they're like, "Oh, you don't interact with these people as much, so they're not spamming. That you can't spam invites anymore."
Yeah,
and so I finally went into Pick'em. I was like, man, I know I got like a bunch of friends that would love to be to get in a Pick'em. So I started sending the Pick'em board, and I think we had 21 entries.
Well, I'm gonna have
which is
to try
the most we've had this week.
I'm gonna have to try the message thing myself because, like you're talking about,
we just got to start spamming it that way.
I think I've sent.
We're gonna spam you guys.
400 invites. I think I've sent like 400 or something invites.
Yeah.
And like every once in a while, like once a week, I get like a couple people. It says, has accepted your invite,
Yeah.
started following or whatever. And I'm like, I sent that like 5 weeks ago. You know, what's going on? Or I asked somebody, I'm like, hey, didn't you get the invite to come watch our show? And they're like, what show?
I was talking to Charlie the other night at Elsa's soccer game, and he was like, he goes, I bring it up, and people don't even know about it. And he's bringing it up to people that we know mutually, and they just don't know about it. And I think that, especially as much college football is king down here, and high school football is number 2, especially in our county. It's everybody wants to be involved in their community and their kids' lives, that we really think this could grow to be something huge, and it's just killing us that Facebook's like I can't cold call. I don't have the time for it. I barely had time to finish the pick'ems up and figure out who the winner was.
We need Mark Zuckerberg or Zuckerberg or
I'm gonna call. I do got time to call him directly.
we need him to get on his stuff and get this stuff fixed.
Yeah.
So, man, let's talk some high school football.
I've got that on. I've got that on. I got that clip now forever.
You got that clip now forever. That's good.
Freaking Zuckerberg.
Well, we can send it to him. Maybe he'll listen to us if we send it to him.
Oh yeah. So Gulf Shores was off last week. They had the bye week. I think I've got an in. If we're gonna be live next week at the shop and out of this garage, we got a little bit bigger space and a bigger table, and it's air conditioned. I think I can get us a special guest.
We'll be back at the shop
for the shop, and we can have an interview for you. You ain't got power.
Ain't got power. We can be back at the shop next week.
I think I can get a highly touted. I don't want to spoil it, but I think I can get us.
We can get us a guy.
A recruit.
We can get us a guy.
Yeah, I think we can.
Hey,
and if it's not next week, it'll be in the future. But I'm pretty sure if I told them next Thursday, we could open the show with them.
Wednesday or Thursday?
Next Wednesday, we could open the show with them.
Hey, we could do it. I mean, because we could be at the shop next week.
Then
everything will be cleaned up and ready to go.
So our first, and I will push high school. I'll push high school all week. And but yeah, so Gulf Shores was off. Orange Beach had a big win. Foley was this week. Foley went up to Baldwin County and got stomped.
That's what I'm looking at. Yes, they Baldwin County 49-28 over Foley. Foley's looked pretty good here lately, but Baldwin County, Spanish Fork, some of these guys are playing have really good teams.
They do, but that's but that would have 4 years ago. That'd have been a blowout.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They have looked good. Now I think they do have. Didn't they get a new football coach that just started this year?
I think that's right. Isn't it? Didn't he graduate? He graduated from there and he went and played college ball somewhere.
And I think he may have played under what was the guy's name that was there? Not played, but coached under or helped coach the guy that was there a few years ago, like Tippin or what was the guy's name?
I don't remember. That was kind of.
I think he played there. Anyway, so we don't sit here and beat our brains in trying to think of that.
Yeah, I mean, because y'all can Google. Like, well, who cares?
St. Michael went over to Alberta and took care of business. St. Michael's is 4-1.
That was a blowout, wasn't it? Didn't I? That was
St. Michael 45, Alberta 21.
Okay, so I mean they put up 21 on them.
The Alberta did put up 25.
That was my
points.
boat race game.
Your boat race game?
I thought they were going to go in there and smoke that thing.
I really thought that game would be like a 66-7.
Too.
Sorry,
too.
Jamie Jones, if you're watching.
To Alberta for showing up and sticking it to old Phillip Rivers.
That's right. Putting points on Rivers. That's right.
Oh, that'd be a good fight. If I ever putting points on Rivers.
Yeah.
If I ever get big enough where we get Phillip Rivers in a fantasy league.
Oh, we're definitely.
My team name's going to be putting points on Rivers.
Well, one day we're going to have him on here. We are. One day we're having Phillip Rivers on the show.
Probably by the end of the year.
Maybe. I mean, maybe not when we're in a garage. Maybe we ought not invite him when we're in a garage.
It's so hot. It's like October and it's so hot.
Maybe when we get into a back room at Buffalo Wild Wings or something.
Oh yeah, and we talked about it. We haven't even brought this up because they were off last week. The new Gulf Shores is going to have a new quarterback starting under center this week. The transfer portal has extended from college to
high school football. And because Gulf Shores
Is a city school.
is a
you
city
can pay,
school,
yeah.
he can play right away.
I think that's why. I mean, if you go look, and everybody's going to tell you like, why did Gulf Shores split off from the county? And you're like, oh, we wanted to be able to use the money for our schools, and we wanted to be in control over our school system.
Yeah.
It was so we could charge student athletes to come play football for us.
Yeah, I mean it's
I mean, it is what it is.
it's so that we
I
could.
mean, that's what it was.
Yeah, I mean it's so that Gulf Shores could, pay a kid. I mean, if a family found a job down here, they could transfer in and play for Gulf Shores right away.
You ain't even got to transfer.
Yeah.
You just pay that out of zone tuition.
Yeah.
And you drive your butt from Daphne every day.
Hey.
So welcome to it. Welcome to city high school football. And the kid. And this is my one good positive because I can't tell you how good the kids played. Daphne's obviously I think he only played one series against Foley 2 weeks ago, and they pulled him.
That's when they pulled him.
I don't know if they even pulled him.
They did pull him and put in a
so
freshman.
They did pull him. Well, then if he got pulled, it was for a reason.
Yeah, see, that's what I don't know why he got pulled, but
I mean, I don't know. I doubt he was trying to tank so he could come to Gulf Shores. But one thing I do like is now the freshman that is at Gulf Shores, that's been playing, he's got some competition.
Yeah.
And he gets to come in and watch an older guy try to carry the team. And he's going to learn from that. Like, this is a future move for that program. And I like it.
He's definitely going to get some experience behind another.
This kid may not come out. I mean, but they were having trouble throwing the ball.
They were.
And he's going to come in. He's going to have some good receivers. They got talent.
They do. I mean, they do have some talent at receiver. And if you can quit giving Ronnie Royal the ball.
I mean, that kid's playing both
50
ways.
times a ball game plus playing on defense.
He's playing both ways, and he's running the ball, and you're handing it off to him.
Yeah,
Wildcat. I mean,
that's what worries me about him. The kid is so talented, and I'm worried to death about 50 plus touches a game. I mean, because then you got to go to college, and if you're that good, then some team in college is going to want to give you 35, 40 carries a game.
Cole in the chat said just like the Hoover and the Propes and he is right. And I mean, we witnessed it. Me and Cole, we remember the two-a-days TV. But here's the difference with the Hoover thing is that, and I've said this before, is like one day you'd be sitting there with your buddy, at PE, and y'all be talking about, girls and whatnot, and he just so happened to be a good defensive back, and then the next day his daddy got a new job in Hoover.
Yeah, and he's playing
at a steel plant, and then they're gone. They just relocated. Down here, it's a city system, so whether or not they actually pay it, like everyone outside the city system has the opportunity to pay the out-of-zone tuition and enroll in classes. So. Yeah. Hopefully that's what happened, and we're not bending any rules. And
I'm hoping that's what happened. I'm hoping everything's good on that end.
Like if you need to cheat a system, you just call me. I'll figure it out, and we'll bend the rules, and we'll
Hey, it is what it is. It's become that part. The kids want to win, and kids want to play.
As long as it's not
as simple as that.
Yep.
I mean,
you're right.
They're going to go where they can win, and they're going to go where they can play.
And they want it. And it's. High school has changed, and I didn't play high school ball, so I didn't play high school football, so I didn't really have to worry about especially what they do now. But I mean, you played, and there wasn't this huddle and all this. I mean, they're 7-on-7 all the time. Like high schools, by the time they get to the high school level, they've got film out there. They've already sent off tapes and this and that. So by the time, this is a showcase. Yeah. At this point, they're at this point, you already know what you're getting. Yep. Now they're showcasing it, and you're able to take it in. Like back then, used to use when Julio was being recruited. I remember Julio had there was tape on him on Rivals. Yeah. And you could go back and watch it, but I mean, they would flock to watch him.
Well, I mean, back in our day,
it'd be full of scouts.
Back in our day, you had VHS.
Yeah, pop in the old tape, had a little label across the front of it.
It had a label across, but I mean, you had to take it to somebody. It'd take a week to splice tape together and edit everything and do what you wanted to it. Nowadays, it's just go on Huddle and
Yeah.
watch my highlights. Here I am in these plays, and it's highlighted and cut out.
And it's weekly.
Yeah, I mean,
every week is a new tape that comes.
Yeah.
A new piece of
I
video.
mean, if you were going to watch tape on me,
and if
you
and
might
that's-
watch game 1, and we may be at game 4 back in the day.
And that, yeah. And by the time, and bringing you back to the point is like now, you have like these kids are like, look, I'm out there, like I need to be doing what I can do
Yeah.
more. And like you said, they want to win.
Yeah.
Like this is a high school level is like, I mean, we've just taken college pretty much to the professional level with the NIL deal.
Yep.
Another kid this week dropped out of high school. He's foregoing his senior year to wait on college. And I guarantee you somebody's going to send him a check,
Oh, yeah.
probably
Yeah.
from Gainesville. I can almost pinpoint the dealership that this kid signs with. I promise you. Like, I can figure it out. Give me a week. And it's all become like this is it.
Well,
Like
I mean,
this is they have to win. They want to win. They want like it's their career starts now
well, some of these
versus wait until it gets into college. Like used to be, it should be college. Oh, hey, next level. It starts now. Like we're at farm club pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, high school is pretty much a farm club, but
Yeah.
some of these kids have offers, and they're 13 years old nowadays.
Yeah.
At 13 years old,
You got college offers.
I don't.
Jeff State
I can't talk about
Community
what
College
I
didn't look
know
at me
about.
until I was 22,
See, I don't.
and
I
that was just because I had money by then and they wanted it.
And God, dog, I don't know what these kids do these days. I mean, I know it's a lot different. It's just like baseball, man. You got
Yep.
like I used to love summer league baseball, but it was all you had to do was play American Legion.
Yeah.
Play 20 or 30 games. Now you got these people that are paying $1,500 a summer to take their kid on these travel ball teams, if not more than that, maybe 2,000 or 3,000. And they're playing 40, 50, 60 games a year because they're playing so many tournaments. And it's the same way in baseball. I mean,
Yeah.
everything's the game has changed these days.
I was working with somebody today, and she was talking about how they had ball tonight, and I was like, oh, and I forgot this, but like daughter's playing softball, son's playing baseball
Yeah,
all week, and I'm like, what do you mean?
yeah. It's
Like our All-Stars ended like in June, maybe July,
I mean, you look
and
at
it's
it,
like it's year round now.
well, and that's why like if you watch some of these like
Like let your kids play.
foreign countries, if you play baseball, that's what you do 7 days a week,
Yeah.
365 days a year, and that's what they do, and
I
that's
got
the
called
reason so many of them are good at it.
I got called a turncoat because of my Carolina shirt.
Oh, traitor!
No, just
The old
sporting the
traitor.
team, just sporting the teams. I mean,
I can't say anything. I'm a Red Sox,
Red Sox fan. He's
fan,
got which is probably one of the sweetest hats
so y'all can
from
see
the
it.
1980s.
The old school. I can't see which.
Oh, I love it. You're looking dead at it.
Yeah, I'm looking
Yeah,
at
that
that.
is. I love that Mariners hat. So that's
Yeah, I actually went to buy a Red Sox hat.
and he said, "Man,
Could not find one at Lids. Couldn't find one on Lids that I liked. They were all just plain Jane, and I was
Yeah.
scrolling through, and I was like, "Oh, the old school Mariners hat."
oh, if I could get my hands
Click.
on a Montreal Expos hat,
Dude, they have one at
I'd go up there tomorrow.
not at Lids,
Oh, at that other store, that sports.
Sport Fanatics or
it's not
Fanatic
Fanatics,
Sports
it's,
or
Yeah, something like that.
it's something. It's on the inside.
They got a old school Expos hat.
The only reason I don't have one of the Expo ones is because they didn't have it in my size.
You got a big old head, so it's probably custom made if they get you one.
Hold on.
What is it? They don't say it's 7 1/4.
7 1/4.
Me and you wear the same size hat.
Yep. So they may not have your Montreal
They ain't
hat.
gonna have me one either.
Dude, they have a sweet looking Montreal hat in there
Oh,
that's really
I
good
just,
looking.
man, I love that logo.
And I wanted it, but they didn't have any
They
more
didn't
of them.
have 7 1/4.
Yep, they didn't have any more of them in my size. So, but anyway, I was
Pro
trying to look
Image-
up
Pro Image Sports.
Pro
Thanks
Image
to your
Sports.
wife.
That's it.
Yep, your wife chimed in and helped us out.
Uh,
Who, by the way, almost won the pick'em.
if she'd have listened to me, this is 2 weeks in a row where I told her, I was like, Make a mark beside that one because that could be an upset. You
There
may
were-
want to take the other team.
Yeah, so if we I'm not ready. I got to get ready for that because I got to tag the person that won and get them in here. There were several people this week. Like I said, we had 20 people. We had a lot of people go 9-3.
And I'm sorry I keep looking down my phone and not paying attention to you. I was trying to find us some high school scores, but I can't find some of the high school sports.
I'll tell you what, I'm gonna get ready. I'm gonna do I gotta add this thing into the program we run. And then we'll do the winner of the pick'em, which was very close this week. We had 3 people tie.
Oh, Lord.
3 ties.
So it came down to the old tiebreaker.
Which nobody got even close. Everybody went over.
Everybody went over.
So then I got to default to the one that went over the least.
Went over the.
It's like, why even have the tiebreaker? Every week, it's like I can't we don't have a clear cut winner. And so yeah, we'll add we'll add that in and go into the pick'em winner. Was there anything else that caught your eye on Sunday? The Packers looked really good.
On Sunday.
Well, I say really good. They looked really good on that 37-second drive.
Oh man, I'm sorry. I'm sitting here. I just clicked on ESPN, and I swear, if the Blue Jays blow this lead against the Yankees right now, I'm liable to. I'll try not to tear anything on this table up.
If you can rip this down, because it's got to go anyways. Next week we got to move it.
Maybe we could do that.
Like, don't rip it.
Because the Red Sox are smashing the Orioles right now in the 8th, and here we are with the Blue Jays just giving up. Now it's at 6-5. It was 5-2 earlier. Now it's 6-5. I'm guessing probably maybe Giancarlo Stanton has hit like his 30th home run and 18 at bats. Yeah, I know that can't happen, but I was just exaggerating a little bit. So Bo Bichette, your guy that you're wanting to hammer the ball.
My guy needs to have a great night.
He has hit 2 home runs tonight.
Look at that. You think that card's up to $3,000 yet?
Hey, I don't know. It could be close. He is 3 for 4. Man, he's batting .295. He's hit 2 home runs tonight. That's
that's my boy. You tell me that, and guess what's not going to happen? I'm not going to sell that card.
You're not going to sell that card.
I'm not going to do it. I got burned on my Mike Trout card. I sold it for $500, and the second I put that thing in the mailbox, I cried on the way back to the car. I was like, this sucks.
Yeah, it's probably only.
I'm never selling that card.
It's probably the Mike Trout's probably
until
only
$700 or
$800
MVP.
Because he's been out all year. It's probably not much.
Maybe.
It probably ain't got. But
I think
Bo
it
Bichette,
spiked last year.
I think Bo Bichette stuff's gone up a little bit.
Well, I promise you, when Bo Bichette gets inducted into the Hall of Fame, he's a first ballot Hall of Famer, and I got his rookie card, and it's. Oh, I let that card go $15,000.
Hey, it's only 5 of them made.
Oh, that's a pretty looking card. I know, and I guarantee the other 4 have already changed hands.
Oh yeah, the other 4 have changed hands 13 times.
Not me. I'm hanging on to it. I'm gonna grade it, and I'm gonna take that PSA 10, and it's gonna be buried in a casket with me.
We are gonna get that thing graded. That's for sure. But what NFL? So your pick.
To win, I'm not mistaken, my NFC East pick is horrible.
No, who'd you pick? You picked the Rams to go to the Super Bowl, though, didn't you?
I did.
The Rams are looking good.
The Rams are 3-0.
How about it?
Hey, I'm telling you, I like the Rams. I thought Stafford was going to get into that offense with McVay and do some good things, and he's looked really good so far. But I was just kind of like, I needed somebody, and I just kind of did process of elimination on that, and boom.
It's working out. My son texted me last week and was like, so yeah, I thought you told me that my Matthew Stafford fantasy pick was a bad idea.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
So he had to remind me about that. I'm like, yeah, so you made one good draft decision in your life. Don't come at me. Don't at me, boy. I mean,
I tell you, I've been faring fairly well with Jalen Hurts as my quarterback. And even the other night, he throws 2 interceptions, but he still throws up like 310 yards and then a couple touchdowns with it. I was just, and a lot of people were like, "You're going with Jalen, really?" And I was like, which Christian McCaffrey's killing me now. But I mean, I got a pretty stout lineup.
Yeah,
And
McCaffrey.
I got
being out is
Jalen in
killing a
like the
bunch of
8th
people.
round. You know.
Yeah, he was going late in a bunch of them. I mean,
And I
so
mean,
you
he's put up plus 25 every game this year.
every game.
So
well, my Bills.
that's the only time I've ever made a good fantasy pick.
My Bills that I plan on having
They look
in
good.
the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
They lost to Pittsburgh
At
the
the
first
very
of the
beginning of the
year,
year,
but
which that was at Pittsburgh.
they played at Buffalo,
Oh, they were.
but
It was really slow. I remember.
I think if they played this Sunday, the Bills would beat them by 20.
I would smoke them. I don't know. Did you see Najee?
I did, but I still think
All right, hold on.
Bills kill them.
So if I remember this correctly, Najee had like 14 carries
I can look it up.
and 14 receptions.
14 carries and 14 receptions. See, I didn't get to watch the Steelers.
If I'm not
game.
mistaken, I'm pretty sure it was 14 and 14.
They got beat by the Bengals. I forgot about that.
Yeah. He was all over the field.
Let's see.
Give me a rundown on Najee.
Najee had 14 carries for 40 yards and
14 receptions for 100 and how many yards? 170?
14 receptions for 102.
102 yards.
Yeah.
So he's 142 yards offense, and he had the ball 28 times in his hands.
I think he needs the ball like 40 times a game.
That's a lot. That's a lot for a back.
I mean,
If you go look at Derrick Henry, I mean, he only caught 3 receptions, and I think he only touched the ball like 12 or 13 times.
Yeah, but he had a bunch of yardage too.
I bet you. Najee's tired on Sunday morning or Monday morning.
But I think right now Josh Allen is playing really well. I mean, I'm going to tell you the Bills' schedule real quick coming up. So they're 2-1, and they have the Texans and then the Chiefs.
Mm-hmm.
Which, if he can beat Mahomes in 2 weeks, that's going to be big.
The Chiefs are really looking kind of like they're just kind of like they're just not really connecting, you know.
They are, and that'll probably come. I mean,
that's going to change because you got Patty Mack back there.
Patty Mahomes will light anybody up any day. So they got the Chiefs, then they got the Titans, which may be a little bit of a test. I think they'll win that one. The Titans, and then the Dolphins, the Jaguars, the Jets, the Colts, the Saints. Saints may give them a little test. I think they beat the Saints. The Patriots, I think they beat the Patriots. And then they got the Buccaneers beat Tom Brady. It's on like a chicken bone because then they'll come down to the Panthers, the Patriots, the Falcons, and the Jets again. I mean, they literally could lose maybe like 3 or 4 ball games this year. Could.
Yeah.
Or they could only lose 1 or 2. Or they could lose like 2 by looking at that. That just depends on how they do against the Buccaneers and the Chiefs. Because I think they run through the rest of that. But they're looking good. That was one of the things that stood out to me because I really didn't think they'd beat Washington as bad as they did, and they put a whooping on Washington this past weekend. How much longer you need to get that ready? I'm just talking NFL.
No, you're good.
I'm
almost. I think I'm ready.
And
I'm trying to make sure we're not lagging.
So the Chargers beat the Chiefs, and you got the future of the Chargers, Mr. Herbert, outdueled Patty Mahomes this past weekend. So for all of us that have those Justin Herbert cards lined up, I think the value of his cards may have went up a little bit this past weekend. The Packers came back. They beat the 49ers. The Packers looked pretty good, but, a couple of weeks ago when I saw Aaron Rodgers give his wink during a interview, when somebody asked him about not really caring and they didn't think that the Packers were going to do too well this year, he looked at the reporter and gave him a little wink. So you remember the last time somebody said something about that to him, and he said, "We'll be just fine."
Yeah.
Yeah, we saw what happened then. So
hey, you give that guy 37 seconds and a full, the full length of the field. It's over.
That pretty much, as far as standouts, that's about all that really stood out to me was some of the good games this weekend. But this weekend coming up, we're going to have this weekend coming up is going to have a few good games. You're going to have the Panthers and the Cowboys. The Panthers are undefeated. Sam Darnold, after transferring from the Jets, is looking really good. Anybody that transfers from the Jets to some other team, they're probably going to look good anyway. The Chiefs and the Eagles play. This will be an interesting matchup this weekend. Your boys, the Rams, playing the Cardinals and Kyler Murray, and Kyler Murray's looked
Yes,
really good
he
too.
has looked really good.
So
Where are they playing that? In Arizona?
no, they're playing at the Rams. So the Rams are at home. So that'll be a pretty good game.
I think that LA's got the better defense, and which Kyler, it's hard to contain Kyler, so we'll see. But I think the Rams got the better defense. I mean, if they go 4-0 right here, it's huge for them.
And then you got the Packers, and I don't know what I'm going to do right there. The Packers are my number one. The Steelers are my number two favorite team. I mean, I root for both of them, and we got the Packers Steelers game this weekend.
Yeah, I think you go Packers.
I mean, I am a big Green Bay fan, but God, I like the Steelers too. You know.
And that's the thing is, I do like the Steelers. I'm looking at some settings here. I like the Steelers too. It's kind of one of those teams that's kind of hard not to like. So
let me see.
I'm not really
Kristen's
sure
trying to show me something here on chat. She just sent me, or maybe I got that earlier. Hold on. Nope, she sent that at 8:57. So, Kristen, if you're watching right now, I just got a picture of a screenshot. I don't know what you're trying to tell me there.
What does it look like? Oh, is it gray?
Oh, yeah, maybe that's what she's trying to show me, that it's gray. Let me see if mine is gray.
Please excuse us while we deal with this technical difficulty. We should be fine. I think you go Packers. Is my mouth moving?
I mean, I am a big Green Bay fan, but God, I like the Steelers too, you know.
And that's the thing is, I do like the Steelers. No,
I think we're
lagged up.
I don't know if it's my phone or.
No, because mine was doing it too.
So we are a little laggy. So y'all excuse the technical difficulties. I think Joey was saying he was having problems with his internet earlier. And we wanted to go down to the shop, but we still had stuff in the way. So hopefully next week we can be down at the shop and be in some air conditioning for one, at least.
Yeah. All right, we're going to change some things up here.
All right, Kristen said it's back but lagging, so I guess we are still lagging a little bit.
Yeah. Let me see when that pops. I just changed our screen format and
there's Chuck. What's up, Chuck? Old Chuck Weaver watching us. We big time, and if Chuck's watching.
Oh, I gotta hit. Oh, I hit transition. All right. So yes, rolling into the pick'em this past week. The winner. It's still not doing on your screen.
It could be my AT&T crap.
But you should be on the.
Let me get off of your Wi-Fi. Maybe like too much is going on this Wi-Fi.
Yeah, so dipped. All right, so we're lagging bad, but my computer's fine. I don't know why it's like I'm looking at everything and.
You know, it does that whenever I'm on my lives on Facebook. Like I'll be looking at it and it'll be perfectly fine on my computer, and then y'all be telling me it's lagging.
You know, we went through
So-
this last week, and it was like, I mean, I went through, and I did the same thing tonight. I went through the settings and made sure everything was right, and let's move it up to 3. Maybe that's why.
Don't you have MediaCom?
Yeah, but then I think I just did a speed test.
I have MediaCom in my house, and I cannot stand MediaCom. Just FYI,
I'll
if
turn it down.
anybody's from MediaCom's watching
Yeah,
out
if
there.
anybody from MediaCom's watching, y'all suck.
Need somebody from Orange Beach to tell us how the old island fiber is down there.
Oh, we can get Mickey Franco to tell us.
They,
The owner.
the owner of
Island,
Island Fiber.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that's been happy about that getting into Orange Beach down there.
Well, unfortunately, I don't think it's the actual internet. I think it's just
I'm just
my laptop, I guess. So
I'm just making small talk while we're
trying to figure out what's going on.
out what's going on here.
So we're gonna let the stream catch up. So yeah, so the winner, and really, I just wanted him to see this, and that's why. So if we can, I don't know if Joe Garcia is on, but the winner of the week 4 pick'em by tiebreaker, by going over, was. Whoop, I gotta adjust it. Good friend Joe Garcia, and I don't know what's going on. Totally butchered it, Joe. I'm sorry. But I wasn't ready. I wasn't very prepared tonight. But yeah, Joe Garcia was our winner. He is a huge Alabama fan. So congratulations, Joe Garcia, huge Alabama fan. Week 4, pick'em winner.
Joe.
He's an Auburn fan.
Is he?
He's an Auburn fan.
What's he going to Alabama?
Because he followed a girl up Tuscaloosa for a game one time, and then they put
Oh.
a picture of him on Facebook, and I've had that on my phone for 3 years,
Oh.
and I've been waiting for a time as this.
He's friends with my son.
Yeah.
I know.
They
Joe.
play football together.
Yeah, they played
Yeah.
football together. Yep, sure did.
I worked with him at San Sudge, and he closed on his house today.
Really?
Yeah.
I remember seeing him down there
He's
sucking
all
them
grown
oysters.
up on. I know. He's all grown up on me, and he's bought his own house now. And
God, dog.
he works like a dog.
They grow up
and
too fast, man.
I'm telling you.
You got 2 little ones in there. You better watch out, man. They're gonna be going to college at Auburn pretty soon.
Yeah, I know it. Not Auburn. I mean, hey, if they send the money, Auburn can have them. So congratulations, Joe. We'll get and for the rest of the winners, I know that Jason Bird won 1 week, and I'm hoping this fixes our freaking video too. By the way, Jason Bird won 1 week, and then we've got to get 2 of those gift cards out, and then last week it was Matt. Was it Petrie?
Yeah, is it Pertree or Petrie?
Pear tree.
Pear tree.
Pear tree.
Partridge in a pear tree.
Partridge in a pear
Yep.
tree.
It was old partridge in a pear tree that won it last week. So
yeah, we got some gift cards to get out to you guys. We're working on that. It's just it's really just been a time thing. I know Jason's local. I don't know about Matt.
yeah, I
My
will
wife
get up
won
with.
1 week, so
I'm sure she's probably already got hers.
I think she's already spent it.
Oh, actually,
Yeah.
Golly, and y'all can't even get y'all. We see where your loyalty right
I didn't give it
is
to her.
around here.
If I thought I was going to get something out of the deal, but I
She
didn't
probably
get
saw him
nothing.
laying on the counter and there was like,
Well,
"Yeah, I won."
Yeah, they ain't on my counter. But no, that's the week 4. This week's pick'ems. We've got some really good games coming up this week. You got Alabama, Ole Miss. That's going to be on the pick'em board. Georgia, Arkansas will be on the pick'em board. Auburn, LSU is going to be on the pick'em board.
That's 3 that's definitely got to be on there.
I think I'm gonna throw UAB Liberty since so many people doubted my Blazers last week and took Tulane, and then they got stomped at home. UAB's going back on the board against Liberty this week. They're opening their new stadium.
You
in
do realize
Birmingham.
they have an ex-Auburn boy quarterbacking for them at Liberty, don't you?
Yeah. So what's his name?
Yeah, Malik Willis.
Malik Willis, and
Yeah,
then they
he's-
got.
He's gonna eat. He's gonna eat UAB
Yeah, I'm
up.
sorry, I don't see it. UAB's got great defense. Bill Clark has got them boys going.
They
And but they're opening the new stadium in Birmingham for UAB. So they're going to be their home stadium. So it's going to be a big weekend there.
that will be a good ball game. Really, it will. UAB has looked good on defense.
Except against Georgia.
Well, I don't know anybody that's looked good against Georgia yet. You got to put Michigan, Wisconsin on there.
Yeah, that's Michigan all day.
Louisville, Wake Forest.
Ooh. Yeah.
Cincinnati, Notre Dame.
Cincinnati's winning that game.
Oklahoma and Kansas State.
All right,
Where's
so here's
our
my thing.
Where's our red
All right,
light?
so here's why
Kansas State at
Oklahoma
home.
wins that game. Kansas State's quarterback, who beat them last year, who beat them the last 2 years, is out.
Oh, he is
He
out.
may not be. He may not be back.
Hold
for that
off
game.
on the red
Yeah,
button.
don't flash them
Don't
lights
flash
yet.
them. Yeah.
So if he don't play, I think Oklahoma wins the game. It'll be on the pick'em board.
now
We're probably gonna have a pretty healthy list of games.
teams have looked pretty good running the ball against Oklahoma, and that kid, his first name starts with a D, I believe. Last name's Vaughn, but I know his last name's Vaughn. That kid's, I don't know how many yards rushing and how many receptions he's had, but he's put up like 25 plus points in college fantasy the first 4 weeks every week. He's looked pretty good. So if they can run the ball against Oklahoma,
Yeah.
that could be another good game.
And that's possible. That's something possible that does happen. Oregon, Stanford this week. Ohio State, Rutgers. Baylor, Oklahoma State. So, I mean, there's a lot of good games. You got Indiana, Penn State that we talked earlier.
Florida, Kentucky.
I think that's going to end up being a pretty good game.
Baylor, Oklahoma State's going to be a good one. Penn State, Indiana. I
Mhm.
mean, I'm just going down the list.
I mean, you
and,
can go down the list. BYU, Utah State.
you know,
I really
and
think that's going to be a pretty intriguing game to watch
that
late at
Clemson
night.
Boston College game could be interesting. Boston College, who they played?
They played Missouri, and
They played this past
yeah.
week.
You think Clemson loses not 2 regular season games, but 3 and 2 in a row?
Could you imagine? Dabo may be on his way out.
I don't know if they'd do that. I don't know if they'd do that to him. I mean, you give him the rest of the year, and then next year when they don't make the playoffs again.
I completely agree. I was just,
I
if
mean,
we
I
got
want-
any Clemson fans watching, I know they just
I don't
shut
think
us off
I
when
think
I
I
said that.
set up filters to where they couldn't join.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
good.
I don't like
All right.
people from Clemson.
We need to set up filters for people like that.
Yeah. So
And
this
that
is going to be a
UCLA
big.
Arizona State game could be a good one too.
Yeah.
We may have to have. God, dog, we may have to have plenty of.
Oh, there's going to be this is going to be a pretty big pick'em week. So
Golly.
everybody, stay tuned for that. We'll put it up. I'll get it out tonight. You got an extra day. So if you normally they go out on Thursdays. So last week they did go out on Monday. But yeah, we're going to put them out tonight. And y'all get your picks in, share it, send it to anybody you want to. Go in there and send it to all your buddies that might want to get their picks in. Just tell them to comment on the actual post so they get their picks in. But send it to your family, your friends. Let them know to tune in on Wednesday nights and check us out. This is going to be our new night on Wednesdays, which has been a breeze. It was so easy for me to get most everything set up tonight. So much better.
So the quick update, real quick. The Braves were up 7-2 on the Phillies.
All right, they win last night. I think they did.
They did win last night.
So the magic number may be down to 1 with a win tonight.
The Cardinals last night were at 17 wins in a row. They're down 4-0 to the Brewers right now, but the Brewers are playing some ball. So that, I mean, for the Cardinals though to win 17 in a row is quite an amazing feat. But the Blue Jays did hold on to the Yankees and win 6-5. And the Red Sox, go Red Sox, 6-0 over the Orioles.
Yeah.
So
Baseball's winding down. It's probably
That could-
and we're about to hit playoff baseball, which is going to be exciting. It's always fun to watch.
always, I as big a baseball fan as I am, people ask me why I don't watch a lot of baseball. I just can't sit there and watch
It's hard
baseball
to sit there and
until
watch it all night.
playoff
Yeah.
divisions, playoffs, World Series, all that. Then I'm all into it.
Yeah.
I mean, like when those come on, it's like college football's on. I get excited and I get to watch those games.
Yeah.
But as far as everyday games, I can't sit there and watch baseball like I can college football.
Yeah.
Like when I wake up on Saturday mornings, like my blood starts pumping and I get all hyped up. Like I don't even need any caffeine. Like as soon as my feet hit the floor, I'm ready to go. I'm excited. Like I'm yelling at Kristen to get out of the bed. I'm like, hey, it's game day. It's 9 o'clock. Get up right now.
I mean,
It's-
I'm
we
usually
got-
drinking
you know.
Bloody Marys by 9.
Man, bloody.
This
why-
Saturday, mate. All right, so yeah, so that's
And I've
kinda
gotta
my
work
routine. I
this
know.
Saturday. It sucks.
So Saturdays for me, I usually wake up. We get game day on 8 o'clock. I'm normally drinking my first Bloody Mary by 10, especially on big game Saturdays. Like this past Saturday, I kind of had a late night Friday night.
Yeah.
So I kind of drug it, and I was on the Eastern time zone. So it was like noon or 11 o'clock before I had my first beer.
You mean you didn't grab the hair of the dog and
No,
get to
it
go?
was about that time when I woke up. So I mean, I got showered and ready to go, and then I had my first beer at around 11. But no, like big game Saturdays. So like my Saturday this week, I'll probably roll with like 2 or 3 Bloody Marys. Get me because I won't eat anything because you
Yeah.
know why you force you drink on an empty stomach.
Yeah, drinking it, that makes
You
a
know,
ton of sense.
Until
Everybody's doing it.
Until about the first half of the early game, the 11 o'clock game. At about noon, I'll start cracking the beers open. And then by the time Alabama sings Rammer Jammer, I'll be pouring bourbon.
See, I can't. That's one thing I can't.
And then Sunday, I feel like the Grim Reaper has come and drug me to hell.
I can't. I just can't. I can't drink beer. I'm not.
Oh,
Beer.
I love it.
I hate beer with a passion, except for, and I'm gonna throw this out there for anybody that's kind of north of here, like maybe in some of the more northern states that may be watching this.
Schlitz.
No.
Oh.
If you come across Lining Kugel's Harvest Patch Shandy,
I've never had the Harvest Patch Shandy.
look, I don't.
They brought them down for that tournament, didn't they?
No, they got them a couple of times at Rouse's a few years ago, but they only got like four or five cases in,
Yeah.
and
Beth loves the
there
summer
was
shandy.
people waiting on them, and I luckily got a pack of them. But if you see Lining Kugel's Harvest Patch Shandy, all you got,
I never want my drink. I told you it was gonna go. It was empty, but I told you I was gonna
all
knock
you
it
gotta
over by the
do
end of the night.
is get up with me. Find me on Facebook, Major Nall. That's MajorNall. Look me up. I will give you my address, and I will pay you for the Lining Kugels and the shipping, and may even throw a few extra dollars your way. If your wife likes
Understand.
the summer shandy,
Oh, we can
Does
get
she-
that at Rouse's though.
does she like pumpkin spice?
I don't know if she
Kinda
does
deal,
or not.
like-
yeah,
A pumpkin pie, maybe?
she likes the Blue Moon
Yeah.
citrusy those beers, and she likes the Lining Kugel. the
Well,
shandies. I bet she probably loved the the Harvest.
Brother, I have tried, I bet you 5, 6 different kind of like the pumpkin style beer, because I do like that taste in that beer. That Lining Kugels is off the chart fine.
Well, I mean, I'd try it.
And if somebody out there finds us some and sends it in, one night we're gonna come over here and we're gonna sit it right here on the table.
Have to adjust our camera a little bit so y'all can see it. But,
Yep, and we're gonna drink us a couple of them.
hey, I'll blow through them.
Hey, them things are so good. So if
I mean,
y'all
we'll
see
just-
them,
we'll
let me
be
know.
rambling, but that'd be fine.
That'd be fine. I mean, I may fall off the side of this chair after 2 of them, but I'll still try to talk. I'll mumble something. Something about warrior thing.
Where are you? Oh, you're oak dad.
Oh,
Well, yeah. So be looking for the pick six. The pick. I know why I keep calling it the pick six. And luckily, we don't get copyrighted or any kind of cease and desist. But yeah, so be on the lookout for the pick'ems this week. Get your picks in, send them out to your friends. We're gonna blow it up, and share the video. I know this it's lagging, but we're gonna get it figured out. And as long as you guys hop on and shoot the stuff with us, we will continue to do this. And even if nobody's watching, we're still gonna do it. Eric Smith said Auburn fans still get excited for game days.
Yes, we
So
do.
yes, we do.
Eric Smith. I mean,
Well, you almost
God.
lost to Georgia State. You gonna catch it.
What kind of question is that?
Hey, if Alabama would have been puttering around, if I heard Nick Saban wasn't there, we had to take it.
Remind me when we get off to delete this guy.
Delete him. I don't know. He sounds like a good one. I like having him on.
Well,
Eric, you're our fan of the week.
Eric,
Ding 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 ding.
yeah, ding 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 ding. You just got deleted and blocked. Just so you know.
You're
that.
Unrivaled's fan of the week. If we had a golden chair where you could sit next to us and do the next show, you'd be up here with us.
Well, I don't care if we look up there and see 0 people next to that eyeball. We're still going to come on here and talk sports. I don't care. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, I love getting eaten up by mosquitoes in my garage.
Well, next week we won't have to worry about that anymore. And look, like Joey said, man, for real, if y'all would share this video, invite people in. I think other people can invite people in. They can send the invites, right?
Everybody, anybody can do. Yeah, you can. Just don't report us. You can do anything. You can send it to whoever you want to. Just don't report us.
If you invite somebody and we get reported, we're going to need your friends list that you invited because if we get imported, we're going to do some investigations and find out who it was.
I can't even get the video to stop lagging. I doubt I can do anything that on the tech side. So,
well, it is what it is. We'll get it figured out next week.
Yeah,
we'll be fine.
It probably is my internet. I don't know. I don't know what it could be because I've got the settings the exact same. It worked fine last week. So, who knows?
Who knows?
But thanks for watching your most technical difficulty sports podcast out there. We're Unrivaled Sports, and we're bringing you spotty video every Wednesday night at 8 o'clock.
At 8 o'clock, be here for the most spotty video you ever seen.
Well, I mean, if that's kind of all I got.
I think we covered a bunch tonight.
Yeah,
we covered some good stuff.
Eventually one of these days we're gonna make it to where we ain't got to go to work in the morning and spend all our time working. And all we got to do is just work on this show.
That's right. We can, one of these days.
I do saying it. I know one day it's gonna happen.
Well, I do have draws on the Powerball tonight, and it is $570
Well, if that happens, we're gonna get us a new computer. We're gonna be having one of them gamer computers.
Oh man, we're gonna have some of the finest equipment money can buy, and we're gonna have a green room and everything, and we're gonna have.
I tell you what, if we can get my special guest next week. And we can get half the city behind it, we probably won't have to worry about studio space.
We probably won't.
Or new equipment. If I can get the right people behind it.
And guess what? If I hit that Powerball tonight, Eric Smith, you're going to be cleaning up after the show. I'm going to pay. You're
going to hire him?
Yeah, I'm going to hire you. You're going to work for me, and you're going to be there on Saturday mornings with me while Auburn is on the TV and having to watch it while you clean up after the show. How about that? Yeah, so
personal vendetta ignited on the end of the show.
You will be excited for Auburn game days too.
That sounds horrific.
Oh Lord, I'm just playing. Eric's part of our sports car group too. Eric's a pretty good dude. So
yeah. We'll close with this. What's coming up on the sports cars? What have we got coming up baseball?
Man, we got Gold Label coming out. We have Donruss Optic baseball coming out. Donruss Optic basketball just come out. It's really expensive, but it's nice. Panini released Spectra and baseball this year, and that stuff's expensive, but that stuff looks really good.
Yeah.
Football wise,
I think I remember. I know that I've bought some Panini Spectra football.
Yeah, now
is it football though?
Panini Spectra football is it's way more expensive than it was back when we first started. Let's just put it that way.
Now they got baseball into it.
Yeah, so now they're doing baseball, but
Okay.
yeah, there's quite a few products coming out in the sports card market right now that could, if you get the right rookies, of course you want all the big rookies, but
Yeah.
they could
Any
could
drop off on Lawrence with his performance this year?
right
That you've
now
seen?
not really. It's kind of stayed about the same because I guess everybody kind of knows he's on the Jaguars and they can't fault him for that.
Yeah.
Which I'm seeing a drop in Zach
I was
Wilson
about to say a
stuff.
lot of people, and I don't get that because
But
I throw the Jets right in with the Jags.
yeah, I mean that kid is just to me is just as good, if not better, than Lawrence. But he plays for the Jets.
Yeah.
I mean, look at Sam Darnold. He's at Carolina. He's
He's
3-0
playing great.
right now.
Yeah.
Get that kid out of the Jets. Somebody's got to need. Don't the Texans need a quarterback? I mean, Tyrod is going to be
I
hurt
think I
3 times this
heavy
year.
blew into the microphone with my nose. They're probably like, oh god.
Oh, I thought you said I did. Did I do it
No,
or
I
did you?
did.
Oh, okay. So,
yeah,
yeah.
I mean, I don't know why. I mean, Tyrod he ain't looked horrible. I mean, he's looked better than he has since his days at Oklahoma.
Yeah, but I mean, he's the only person
Ohio
in the
State.
league that's older than Tom Brady.
He has been there a while.
No, I don't know if he's that
I
old,
don't
but
think he's that old. 'Cause
but his
Tyrod Taylor was just he ain't that old. I was gonna say, wait a minute.
no, he's not. But his
like Tom
knees,
Brady's like 2002 was his senior rookie season.
his knees are older than Tom Brady's
Yeah.
knees. We'll put it that way. But you know what? I'm gonna give everybody a little tidbit right here while we're talking about Tyrod Taylor. Do you know why Tyrod Taylor's name? Why he's named Tyrod?
I have no clue.
So get this. When his mom and dad was on the way to the hospital and she was pregnant and she was going into labor with him,
Mhm.
they were driving to the hospital. The tie rod on the car broke,
I thought when you
and they had to send an ambulance out to the car. And if I'm not mistaken, he actually was born in the car, waiting on the ambulance, and they named him Tyrod. So
how about that?
just a little tidbit for y'all. That's the reason Tyrod Taylor's name is Tyrod. Tyrod blowing out on the car on the way to the hospital. Just thought that was pretty cool little information to pass along.
I like it. That would be Major's tidbit.
Major's tidbit of the night.
Major's tidbit brought to you by Pleasure Island Sports Cars, one
Brought
of
to
the
you-
hottest sports car
That's right.
shops in the Southeast, right here in Orange Beach, Alabama. And go down, see Major and the guys. I know you don't have anybody working for you, but I always like to say that. Major and the guys.
Yeah.
And buy you a box or a case, preferably a case.
Yeah, preferably a case.
And let's bust them and see what you pull. But got a lot of cool stuff. Glad we'll be back in the shop next week. And
Yep. We'll be back in the shop, and one of these days while we're down there, we're gonna bust a new product live. Matter of fact, if I can get it, some of the new product that's coming in before the show next Wednesday. If I get it Wednesday, we may bust something live and give it
That'd be
away to
fun.
a follower.
Yeah.
We may bust it live and show everybody what the sports cars business is
Do
all
a
about these days.
big promotion video this week, and
Yeah.
have it maybe get a lot of people tuned in and do like a
Yeah.
trivia question,
Yeah, do a trivia question and
or
give it
something,
away.
or a random giveaway.
We can do something. We'll give it away. So
I was gonna do one thing just in case anybody was watching.
I think our lagging issues has a bunch of people just like
Yeah, they get tired of it and
getting
then
outta
they just
here.
cut off. Well, we appreciate y'all joining in and watching another weekly episode. Hopefully, we get these. I'm dumbfounded. I have no clue.
And we really
So-
appreciate you three that
Are
stayed
still on.
stayed here through the lagging to at least listen to us.
You've got to be just like bored to tears.
We
right
must have
now.
those like Barry White voices.
Hey, baby. Yeah, I thought about saying the show your wife doesn't want you to know about. Cut a promo video for it. So
All right, guys. Well, look, we appreciate y'all tuning in. Y'all tune in next week. Like I said, we may do a little opening of a sports car product, give it away, and we got the pickles to do. I will try to do better on some homework before next week because I don't have a lot going on.
It's been real busy. Yeah, it's been busy. And things are starting to slow down, so we
yeah.
should be able to.
Everything's slowing down, so we can do that. But we do appreciate y'all tuning in. And don't forget, hit the share button, hit the invite button, get some people in here.
Tell them that the lag will eventually get better.
The lag will get better. Tell them we're better than any Netflix show they could watch right now. And to come on in and watch us. So we appreciate y'all being here.
Yeah, appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good night, and we'll see you next week.
I'm Major.
I'm Joey.
War Damn Eagle.
Roll Tide.
Peace out, guys.